Everyone, and welcome to Pixelated Geeks E3 2014 Sony wrap-up coverage. I'm going to apologize, first of all, for this being a tremendous amount of content in a really short span of time. The conferences today were particularly packed with content. It's actually been a great day for absolutely everyone. But Sony's was, in particular, incredibly full. Sony's conference ran almost 2 hours, which was 30 minutes longer than any other conference, and also 30 minutes too long, given what I'm sure you are familiar with as of right now, as Sony's aggrandizing its business policies as well as its extra interactive entertainment endeavors. Not a great choice, and not their best conference. Certainly not a great follow-up to last year's. But surprisingly satisfying, given the sheer amount of content that they displayed this year. Actually, I think if they had cut that 30 minutes of content out, they would have had the best conference. But as it stands, a little bit irritating. It was entirely too long, and that was almost completely the fault of the business department. Top to bottom, excellent content, though. Absolutely excellent. They started off with some amazing footage of the Order. It was all in-engine. It was all gameplay. It was very brief, and we didn't actually see much in the way of interaction, but it showed what was presumably a lycanthrope, along with the main character. Definitely played up the survival horror aspects of the game. Didn't seem to suffer from the frame lag issues that the previous videos have suffered from. But all in all, looks about as good as it ever did. It also, immediately after that, they showed Destiny content. So Destiny's beta, the alpha is coming to the PlayStation 4 first. It's actually coming starting this Thursday. And also apparently the beta access starts first there. I think it was the 17th of this month for everyone, but if you have a PS4, you can get into the alpha this Thursday, so a few days from now. All in all, not anything exciting really to show for Destiny. We'll talk more about it this Thursday. Little Big Planet 3, which was a no-brainer, not a surprise, but that notwithstanding, incredibly exciting. Just beautiful-looking gameplay. Showed different types of characters, so not only can you be Sackboy now, you've got sort of a dog-like character, you've got a flying character, you've got a sort of a bruiser kind of character as well as Sackboy. We'll throw some gameplay video up. Not a lot to talk about, but obviously phenomenally exciting. Little Big Planet is an amazing franchise, and it looked like a load of fun. It was the first real, brilliantly done in-engine gameplay that we saw in the conference thus far. Looks great. Bloodborne, which is Project Beast. So, the next project from Software definitely looks to be along the lines of what they're known for. I don't want to say that it is a spiritual successor to Dark Souls, but it definitely looks brutal. Looks horrifying. The monster designs are absolutely nasty. Very excited to see more of that. After that, there was a trailer for Dead Island 3, which, 2. Sorry, because I have trouble telling Dead Island apart from the upcoming Dying Light, because they're the same game. Dead Island 2, which looks to have sort of a comedic element to it. The trailer itself was remarkably vague on details. It was definitely a CG trailer. I'm sure if you enjoy the first Dead Island, you'll enjoy this one. I don't have a lot of faith in Techland or Deep Silver as a whole. I think their games are incredibly unpolished. And I don't think this is likely to be any different. But at least this one doesn't look like it's taking itself seriously. Right after that, Devolver, which is a huge indie darling who released titles like Loot Trousers, as well as the incredibly excellent Broforce, which our Pixel Plays team showed you a gameplay from. All of their titles, Hotline Miami, etc., are coming to PS4. So, probably the biggest indie dev darling of the year will have content exclusively on the PS4. Immediately after that, Suda51 unveiled his next gaming trip, from Grasshopper manufacturer. Let It Die, which looks to be sort of a combination of Manhunt and a gladiatorial arena. Absolutely gory, bloody. The trailer didn't do much for me because it didn't look like the trailer was gameplay. It looked like it was filmed footage. I'm sure it will be interesting. I don't know about good, because his titles are really hit or miss, but it will be interesting. It will be dangerous. After that, probably the best news of the night, which was that Grim Fandango, the LucasArts sort of classic Tim Schafer title, will be coming exclusively to PS3 and PS4. That's awesome. If you are not excited by that news, you will be when it comes out. That game was just a friggin' ball. And at this point, Sony had what I thought was an ending. It was one of the best faux endings ever. They set No Man's Sky up like it was going to be the sort of end of the conference, and it could have been. I mean, it looked absolutely phenomenal. As far as I think most of us were concerned, Hello Games were done for when that hurricane destroyed their office, but apparently that game is alive and well and looks amazing. Just looks absolutely brilliant. I could not be more excited for that game. And presumably the reason why it was shown at the Sony conference is because it's either coming there first or with exclusive content. But anyway, that looks great. Just phenomenal. So after that faux ending came 30 minutes of nonsense in which the new head of SCEA wasted everyone's time by talking about a bunch of TV shows and cross-promotional concepts and movies that would be better shown at any conference but E3. I don't doubt that they have validity. I think Powers looks interesting, but I don't care right now because it's E3. I think the Ratchet and Clank movie will be cool, but I don't care about it because this is E3. It was 30 minutes of my life I would have rather spent doing something else. But after that, they did cut back to a quick overview of The Last of Us Remastered, which everyone is excited about. They needed to show 2 minutes of it, so we saw it, but The Last of Us Remastered comes out. What I think they did actually was announcing a crazy release date for it, like July the 29th. So this month? I need to confirm that, but that's what it looked like they flashed. Looks great, is amazing. Buy it if you haven't bought it. Phenomenal looking title. Again, we're cutting through this really quick because there was 2 hours of content. And then Batman. Oh my god, Batman. Those games are always amazing. They always look great, but this one just looks out of this world. Like, it absolutely gorgeous, phenomenal draw distance, amazing lighting engine, seamless gameplay. I mean, from the second that they showed him putting on the suit, walking out to the balcony, jumping off the balcony, flying hundreds of feet straight down, cutting up through the city, landing in the ground, hopping immediately in the Batmobile, driving the Batmobile around better than any of us will ever be able to. That was seamless and phenomenal. Cuts to the Batmobile in its aggressive mode, taking out a bunch of stuff, and then just a phenomenal looking trailer. Like, I'm going to have to link it because I can't express how good it looked. It was one of the best looking things I had seen, and based on the trailer that they showed, it was running in-engine on the PS4, given some of the prompts on the screen. Just looked amazing. To what was absolutely the highlight of the show, and not really a surprise, but Uncharted 4 coming to the PS4. Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, which is a really ominous title, but showing Nathan washing up in the beach on a deserted island. Solely voiceover. It sounds like he's been out of the game for a while, like he's coming back into it. Like there's a lot at stake. The female protagonist is notably absent in the trailer, which might have something to do with his incentive. But just a very dark, a tonally dark title, which I guess is not a surprise given The Last of Us. But yeah, on the whole, it was a really good conference. It would have been a much better conference if it were 30 minutes shorter. That sequence there with the media that had nothing to do with games. That was a big mistake. That was not a good way to follow up last year's conference. But on the whole, a lot of amazing stuff shown. I mean, again, huge exclusives like The Order, the Destiny First Beta Access, Little Big Planet 3, Bloodborne looks amazing, the Grim Fandango remake, No Man's Skies, whatever their exclusive content is, The Last of Us Remastered, and Uncharted. Just huge names for them, though notably absent is The Last Guardian. Nothing on that one. So big disappointment there. Not a lot of news about PlayStation Now. I mean, it's gonna happen into July for PS4 owners, a little bit later on that, but no real details. It was a decent conference. It was not their best, but between Little Big Planet and The Last of Us and Uncharted, it didn't need to be much better. In any case, tune in tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time for our coverage of Nintendo Direct. Thanks for sticking with us all day. I am your host, James Honeycutt, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.